Welcome back to the Content Complete podcast featuring myself, Spencer, and my friend Matt with Untitled Gaming. And after a harrowing encounter with Grognok, the barbarian overlord of the alien race Blaxislok, we're joined here with Super Fiskic. How's it going?
Pretty good. I killed the internet and brought it back to life.
And
that's pretty cool.
Apparently had a pretty crazy encounter with an alien overlord.
You know, Grognok is the barbarian in Fallout, like the little. Okay, so
yeah,
Grognok.
I was kind of confused by the alien encounter, but that's fine. I'm assuming Grognok's not just
it's
relative
an alternate continuity.
Liftfinger, what's up?
What up, Liftfinger?
Okay.
Now we the Grudge. Okay.
All right, so what do we do this week? Let's start it off with you, Super Fiskic.
Me?
You?
Oh, what games did I play this week? My streams, Monday and Wednesday, I played Horizon Zero Dawn, which is actually picking up. I like after the first hour, it actually kind of like is actually interesting because before I only played like up to like 30, 45 minutes, and the entire time like, okay, tutorials. Okay, this is boring.
Let me suffer through this.
Yeah, and then like the other night when I started streaming it again, I'm like, I guess I'll play this. Everybody wants me to play it, so I'll try it out. But after you get through all that shit, it's like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, the game's here.
There are some games like KOTOR and like some other ones that the tutorial area is literally what is keeping me from going back to them because I'm like, it's so long.
Yeah. Oh, the first like planet
terrace
or whatever.
Sucks.
You know what really sucks is that's the only part of the game I've ever actually played of KOTOR because my, as I've said in previous casts, I couldn't get past the second planet with the Jedi and all that.
Oh shit!
Because my computer couldn't work.
The grass textures were too good.
Yeah, grass textures were a little bit too good.
Grass is too good.
So you played a bit of that. How are you enjoying it now since the game is unwound?
It's actually a lot better now that like it's unwound and like I'm not crawling all over the place. Really, the only thing that hooked me into it was the fact that you can override enemy robot dinosaurs and ride them.
Oh, I mean, like,
Now,
that's like the only like that took me from like, this is all right to like, all right, I'm balls deep into this game now. I am so in.
Now, can you have like pets?
It's a very important question from Matt.
Can you have pets? You don't. I don't think you get to have. I mean, as far as I know, you don't get to keep pets so far. It's just that you can override an enemy, and they ride with you, and they're like you're an ally until they die. But it's like basic generic enemy number one, or whatever. So it's not like
temporary.
Oh,
pets.
so I can't get like attached. 0 out of 10.
0 out. Horizon Zero Dawn out of 10.
Anything that has pets, I'm automatically like...
It could be the worst game.
I'll play the shit out of this if I can have some type of animal companion.
Well, I mean, you can make them your companion. They're robot dinosaur things. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, but it's not like,
but they're
a
fleeting.
long time
I want I want a dude that I've been chilling with since the beginning.
Oh, so you want a Fable 2 dog, right?
Yeah.
Was that Fable 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Fable 2, yeah.
Fable 3 had a dog too, I think.
Fable 3 was like 3 games in one.
Fable 3 was hot garbage trash fire. But anything else?
Yeah. I played that, and then this weekend I started playing some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Whoa.
Yeah.
Joining the hype train for that.
You know what's funny is I've watched many hours of other people playing the game and know quite a bit about like strategy and like where to go and all that. We have the game, both. We have two. Well, we each have a copy in the plans of playing the game, and we have still yet to play the game. So
they're not even installed.
Not even installed. Just bought.
Oh wow!
Purchased.
You just bought it,
and we're like, yeah, we'll get to this. 2 weeks later, we're on the podcast talking about how we haven't played it
yet. right on the vein of the heart of the topic. I can't remember what I'm trying to say.
I'm like the vein of the dragon.
the vein of the penis.
Oh, right, the varicose veins.
The battleground penis. Yeah.
Yeah, the battleground penis.
No, I played a little bit Friday. gotta play like 2 or 3 matches. I can't remember. I played a little bit more today before they finally closed the servers for maintenance. Cause
I heard that was like hot garbage as well.
Yeah, no, I like started playing name. Like, why am I not connecting like at all? I got to connect like 2 or 3 games, and I got pretty far for just being a fucking coward and like crawling through like grass the entire time.
Dude, that's half the game, man. Is just being a fucking coward and like not engaging.
You can't engage Jason.
What?
Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
Jason?
From PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
No, from Friday the 13th.
Why are we talking about Friday the 13th, man?
Wasn't you talking about Friday the 13th?
No, he said on Friday he was playing a little bit more. He was going more into it.
Never mind. I thought you were talking about Friday the 13th, the game. And then
you said Friday.
Yeah, you said Friday. You're like, I was playing a little bit more Friday. And I was like, the new Friday the 13th game that came out. And then you were talking about the servers not connecting or whatever, and I was like, yeah, they've been having a lot of issues with that. And then you're like, I was hiding in the trap or in the grass, and I was like, yeah, that's a valuable strat. You can't fight Jason.
It's a whole different separate conversation.
Yeah, let's just restart the podcast, bring it all back, delete the last 5 minutes.
Matt, play the intro.
All over. Replay the intro. That's actually a really big coincidence that like all those things somehow lined up for another story.
That's like once. Yeah.
And then you guys are like, Jason, what are you talking about? I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a total mindfuck from Matt. Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh, okay. So I'm not fighting Jason. I'm not that stupid. I'm not Tommy Jarvis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. I got pretty far for just being a fucking coward, crawling through the grass and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and that's probably the furthest I got. I was at 21 or 22.
Teams, like you were number 22.
No, I've been doing solo. I did teams with It's the Sure Friday night, and she was telling me how like some tips and stuff. But
I popped in for like a couple of seconds on my phone. And I wanted to ask, how was the quality? Like, were you having any frame issues on your end? Because I'm not sure if it was my phone connection.
Oh no, I was having it. My computer is hot garbage at best.
That's the word of the night. That's the name of the episode.
Hot garbage. Hot garbage. But yeah, no, I need to get. Like I said, I'm upgrading my PC slowly but surely. Actually, the other day I just found out that none of my fans are working. So I took off the side of my tower, put a box fan to the side of it, and have all the air sucking out.
Yeah. Oh, I told you before that my computer, I'm not sure if I said this on the previous podcast or anything like that, but my computer was having some major issues with overheating. And come to find out, we took apart the fan in the back, and it's actually like it's a weird type of liquid cooling system where it's encased, so you never have to replace the coolant at all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so I didn't even know it was liquid cooling at all. That's how much it mattered. And it has like a heat sink that goes up against a fan, and the fan had gotten a bunch of just like junk in there in between the fan and the heat sink. And the fan wasn't working correctly.
No, that's not the heatsink. That was a radiator.
Oh, sorry, a radiator. It's a heatsink type device where all the heat goes into the radiator, and then the fan, cools it off. And we realized that it's designed to take the air into the case to blow over the radiator. So I just took the side off of my computer as well, and it's like
did that, yeah.
It's running pretty okay now, so that's good. Because before it was like getting like 90 degrees Celsius on the CPU, which is
that's right.
I'm not sure if anyone knows this, but it's not good. So
yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, but, and it was like getting that way running Chrome. So
Oh yeah, that's right. You said you're just running internet stuff. Oh Jesus, that's pretty intense. You know that Google Chrome. It's
graphics on that are so realistic.
Yeah, it's a real CPU hog to the point of destroying your machine.
It looks like real Chrome.
Render.
But other than that, I played a little bit more Hard West today. I finally finished the campaign with the first scientist guy.
Yeah.
And I just started the second mission where like, okay, you gotta take everybody out, but you're gonna die. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then you do the nightmare mode or whatever that is after that shootout. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool.
I like how that game has like a management system built into it, kind of like similar to the way XCOM has like your base that you're building, but it's like a little bit different. Like each of the types of places you can get that you can buy them, or you do like interesting trading or working with other characters in the game to like unlock certain areas, and like each new place that you get has like baggage to it in some way, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. I like the guns mostly, because they're just not even if like they're good or anything. It's just they're really like
Dude, like I said, I think last time I'm a sucker for anything Wild West.
Yeah,
they get really creative with the guns, like the revolver rifle, the harmonica pistol, all that fun shit.
I remember.
Like when you develop those, I'm like, oh, all right, this is pretty cool.
You play a tune and kill people. Exactly like that. In fact, those are the exact sounds. I'm convinced that you just played a soundbite just now.
I'll make the second season intro for the second season. Don't worry, guys. I got it.
Just like,
yeah. Thunder complaint. That's I think that's all I played so far. I'm going to do a giant stream tomorrow of playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for like 4 hours because I have Memorial Day off.
So do I.
Nice.
Yeah.
Party hardy.
Party hardy.
That's it for old Fizz Cake Rudy. What'd you guys do? Did you play Super Smash Brothers?
Oh shit! This dude.
We did.
I've been playing a shit ton of Metal Gear Solid 5.
I've been waiting for you guys to have this conversation.
Yeah, dude, it is so good.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's like legitimately good. It's just no. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I watched maybe like 2.5 hours of story breakdown between like all the Metal Gear Solids besides 5. And then I realized, like, after I had done that Metal Gear Solid 5 is like a prequel. So yeah, I didn't even have to like avoid it because it doesn't have any spoilers. I've already accidentally done the spoilers.
Well, the spoilers for what happens after the game.
It kind of helps out with it helps you understand the story a little bit better, like understand like the behind the scenes stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's really crazy because looking at the chronological order of things, Metal Gear Solid 5, which was the last game made, is the last game playing as was it Big Boss?
Big Boss. Yeah.
Leads into the first game ever made in the series, storyline wise.
Yep, it's it goes.
It leads right into Metal Gear.
Yep.
Super cool.
It's very convoluted and
circular.
People can have there's like probably millions of YouTube videos of people trying to explain the goddamn story. It's still even like with like trying to sum it down. It's still like like you said, you had to watch 2.5 hours or so. Yeah, that's
just to get like kind of like a basic understanding of the world. I'm like, I'm just a dude and I sneak and kill shit. And also, when my chopper comes down, it plays freaking the Final Countdown.
Nice.
Dude, just like, it has so much, I don't know, it's so, I really like it. It has like everything that I like in a game where you can like blow shit up or you can like sneak through shit and you can like, you have like an animal conservation zone, which is...
You have animal companions.
Yeah. I got the dog. He has a little eye patch.
You got Diamond Dog. Yeah. D-Dog.
And...
it's D-Dog. Yo!
And... and like all the music and that you can have, it has so much like personality and like design-wise, it's so intricate. Like it's so detailed. Like, it's so cool that you can have like your chopper come into a song. It's crazy. And I've added like my own like 150 song playlist or whatever. So I just like listen to my tunes and like go about my business, and then like it's crazy. But for like the first like 8 hours, I listened purely to Kids in America on repeat. Because I didn't realize you could just add your own songs, but it has Kids in America in there.
We're the kids in America.
Yeah.
Reflex mode. Ding, ding.
We're the kids in
America. Yeah, I'm glad you really enjoy it. Don't get too excited for the story at the end. I will say that. Other than that, enjoy.
Yeah.
I'd say we should do Into the Veil with you playing Metal Gear Solid 5, but that would never end. So maybe like once we're out of
Dude,
video
I've already
games
put
play.
like 30 hours into it.
And he's on like mission like
I'm
14.
on like mission like 13 or something. I just got to Africa. I did the first Africa mission.
He
Yeah, I
did
think
literally every like
missions.
secondary thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, I did all the side ops and
Well, that's important to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps you get you more shit and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it helps you understand some other aspects of the story.
yeah. I really like it's so good. Like
It's really satisfying.
It's like really it's like a fucking good game.
I've been here for
Yeah.
some pretty harrowing moments where Matt's like trying to go in all stealthy and then shit happens, right? And then he's like
That's
running
how it
away
goes.
like half dead, like sniping people's faces off. And like,
Yeah.
oh, I think I'm gonna die, and then he just fucking takes them all out. It's sick, super good.
Reflex mode is a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll pop reflex mode just so I'm like I can have the slow-mo and take out 2 guys I need to put to sleep.
Yeah,
There is a part where when you're getting Kaz, which is early on in the game, so I'm not sure if it's actually a spoiler or anything like that. But you're
nah, it's like
you're
second
rescuing
mission, I think.
Kaz, and you're in that city area, and it's kind of like built out of all these like Adobe style houses or whatever. And Matt was trying to sneak around, and he was trying not to get seen. And then something happened where like an alarm went off, or something happened where he ended up going into the city right in the middle of a guard change, and there's a bunch of people. So he's hiding. They don't know where he is, but they find one of his bodies, right? That that he left behind. And more
Yeah.
people come, and more people come, and there's like 10 or 12 people surrounding these bodies, going like, "Where the hell is this guy?" Right? And so
Yep.
Matt goes around the corner, throws a grenade in the middle of his reflex action, and blows
Oh,
up
boy.
like kills like 10 people in one grenade. It was
That's how you do it.
It was amazing.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It is so
Nice,
good.
Oh yeah. The only complaints I have about the entire game is like the whole fact that after this, there's not going to be another Metal Gear Solid. It's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And the second thing is they took the main actor for Snake that's been the voice actor / actor for him for like since Metal Gear Solid all the way up to 4. He was also Big Boss too. That Hideo Kojima cut him off for Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
what's
that's-
crazy is that like I've literally heard Big Boss talk like 3 times. Like
Yeah, no, he doesn't talk a lot.
he doesn't talk hardly at all. Like he'll grunt.
Oh yeah.
But like even when there's moments where you're like, "Oh, he's going to say something." Nothing.
Yeah,
the
he's
dude
just
just fucking I don't need to talk about my dog and how cute it is or anything. Everybody else on the damn hangar or the place are like, "Oh, I'm really glad you rescued that dog. It's so cute." And Big Boss is like, "I don't give a shit, dude. Like, I don't care." And I'm over here, I'm like, "I care. It's my dog."
Matt was showing me the dog, and he got back to the base, and he goes into prone and is trying to like interact with the dog, but
Yeah,
you
you can't
don't.
even interact with the dog.
You don't interact with the dog.
really,
The dog's just there, like all happy, and so Matt's like laying on the ground with the dog,
just
like,
hanging out with the dog.
just hanging out.
So cute.
But yeah, no. Eventually, I mean, you can like give him commands to kill enemies and stuff. But
Yeah, he was
after
showing
you
me that.
kinda-
He pulls the knife out and slices and dices their neck and shit.
Oh, okay. So you got that. Yeah, I was gonna say like further on the research tree, he gets like a fucking knife or sword or something, just starts killing people. So that's pretty cool.
In true
I
like
didn't-
Japanese fashion,
Wolf style, stab everybody. I didn't get that far into that with his research tree. I think I kept doing the horse or something because I had like so much area to cover. I'm like, the dog's cool.
The
if I'm just
horse.
gonna be, if I can like like helicopter into like a nearby area to the mission or whatever, I'll take the dog. But otherwise, I'm just gonna take the horse for now.
Yeah. I do kind of wish that you could have the dog and the horse at the same time.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah, the dog's just hanging out.
Because
by
like the horse doesn't do anything besides like
horse.
do horse things. It's not like a tactical horse. Like it's
and it's like a bright color.
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, oh hey, that's just some random horse with a saddle walking around. No big deal.
He's such a silly
Whatever you
horse
do.
too. So silly.
Horses are cool.
And then what else? I was going to say something. Oh yeah, it would be nice if you could have both of them. But for once the dog like because he's like in a little baby puppy stage, and then after he became like
A man.
a buddy,
After
like
he became a man.
I've literally walked like from one side of the map of what are you in Afghanistan, all the way to the other, just hitting all the side ops, just like with me and my dog buddy, just going.
Basically,
we're just fucking walking. Sometimes I'll grab a car, and then he'll sit in the passenger seat, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's go.
We're dogging out, bro.
It's kind of sad, though. He doesn't get into the truck. So I avoid the trucks because I want him to be next to me. We're buddies. I don't want him to walk.
Yeah.
He got to kill some fools if I get caught.
Yeah.
You got to think about your doggy.
All right, guys, we got to rein this in. We got to go to the first topic of the day.
In fact, the first topic has a trailer I will play as soon as I update the little topic area.
We're going to be looking at the trailer for Far Cry 5, which was just recently announced. Let's go on to it.
You versus Westboro Baptist Church.
All right, so that's Far Cry 5. I thought there was going to be a release date in that. There isn't.
I imagine it's like 2018, I would think.
Yeah, I'm assuming 2018.
I'm sure there's some release date somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find it on one of these articles that we have pulled up. But yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to enjoy the direction that they're taking it as much as I feel like I want to enjoy it. But I am hesitant because of my previous experiences with other Far Cry games. And, you know, they're good games, but it's a lot of like the same. So
climb up here, look at Montana, know a little bit more about the map.
Like, are you going to climb like
Come here,
silos,
clear out this base
of wheat or something?
Probably like windmills, maybe.
Windmills. Yeah,
I would
grain
gather.
mills.
Well, since you're attacking an evangelistic group, it might be churches. Like maybe the churches will be camps, and like maybe windmills or silos might be like the viewpoint to unlock the map. But like actual control points might be churches.
If something like this happens, that is even like 60% of what you just said, that's going to be disappointing to me.
I mean, yeah, no, they do follow the same
formula
theme pretty much every single game. It's just, oh, you're some guy trapped in fighting against some crazy antagonist for some reason. One time you're just visiting the island. The next time you're trying to bury the ashes of your dead mom. I mean, whatever, dude. And then suddenly you get
this time you went back and visited your grandparents.
Or no, you're a sheriff, I think.
Yeah, you're a deputy sheriff.
And for the first time, you get to customize your character, which will be fun.
Yeah, and it's also the first time you get to play as a woman.
That is true. I mean, it'll be pretty cool to customize your character. Hopefully, you actually get to see your character in the cutscenes. Otherwise,
no, what's the point?
Know. Yeah, like I was going to say, otherwise, then, like, what's the deal? Because I know in Far Cry 3, I didn't play Far Cry 4, but Far Cry 3, you never saw
the guy?
Your character. Yeah, unless you, like,
except for
random.
No,
like certain cutscenes, yeah, but like for most time, I don't think you got to see him.
So I wonder how they're going to do that. Is there going to be like a mixture between first person and third person in this game to make it worth it?
Maybe you have like a hand slider, like you can change how your hands look, and that's it. That's a customization. It's just how
they have an age slider for the hand, and then like largeness of the hand, and maybe you have some imperfections, like maybe your middle finger is shorter. You know, maybe you lost a digit. In the war.
Maybe lost in the war.
But good news, there will be guns for hire and fangs for hire, allowing you to recruit both NPCs and wild beasts.
Oh, right. And there's
in Far Cry Primal, I had the same first pet that I had.
For a good majority of the game.
Yeah, for the good majority of the game.
So I have yet to play Far Cry Primal. How is it just basically the other Far Cry's, but just back in the caveman area?
It's a bit different.
Yeah.
It's a bit different. Like it has some of the same stuff when it comes to finding areas, but the approach it takes, it feels a bit more like refined. Yeah. So it's not so open and vague when it comes to kind of the interactions between stuff. There's well-defined tribes that you fight or work with. And there's a lot of faction-based stuff, and the two main like enemy tribes that you come across are different in like their fighting styles and their ideals and stuff like that. So it's a bit more in depth.
Cool. Yeah.
They created like 3 different variations of the same native like language that was actually designed by actual
linguists,
basing it off of what they thought the actual native languages would have been at the time.
Yeah. It says the story of Far Cry 5 takes place in Montana. Ooh, everybody knows that's a hot zone for fun. I explain why that's the perfect setting in this post. I'm not going to read that post. Go fuck yourself.
Well, I think it's just because it's just like flat area with a bunch of pretty sites. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. You play
TLDR.
as a sheriff deputy, and that's pretty much it. You've
Oh,
been taken over by a doomsday cult.
The project at Eden's Gate. Your job is to rally the locals into a resistance and take out the cult. Meanwhile, some locals will take the side of the militia cultists. Ooh, drama.
Ooh, intrigue.
I wonder if maybe like there's going to be like a dad who wants to join him, and then like the son is like, "No, Dad, you're wrong." He's like, "But it's the Doomsday," and the son's like,
100% the kid will want to join the.
"Oh, you know what? Yeah,
That's
kind of
around,
what happened." The dad's gonna be like, "I'm afraid for my son. He's joined. He's been in with the wrong crowd lately." And then you find him and you fight him. He's like, "Son, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm with the cultists now, Dad. You can't control me."
How come Dad has a southern accent but the son doesn't?
He grew up on the internet and watching TV, so he doesn't have the accent.
He watched anime. He's cool.
My son's a weeaboo.
Come on, Dad. Puts on his
does
fedora.
like a fucking Naruto hand thing and like, go fuck yourself. I'll kill you myself.
He runs with his arms back behind him so he gets more speed.
Let the cultists take him.
They have like a heated argument, and that's how he runs out of the house. He does the Naruto run right out of the window, and then next time you see him, he's only wearing a fedora
and he's in a tree,
a trench coat, and a katana.
No shirt. Got a nice
No shirt,
neck
no
beard
pants.
going on.
Yeah.
cargo shorts, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's where he fits all the rest of his knives. And
Oh, it does have a
Kunai.
release date, February 27, 2018.
hey, that's not too far out, actually. You see, I like it when game companies give like a relatively close release date when they announce a game. This isn't like really close, but it feels like, oh, this is coming soon. Instead of being like, yeah, it's gonna be late 2018, so just forget about the game for right now.
No, it's less than a year, so yeah, it's nicer that they do it around like within like a year span instead of like, oh, here 3 years from now we're gonna release this game. Stay tuned.
So some of the stuff that kind of came out about this, as far as the game was concerned, let's see if there's anything additional here. Scroll down. Oh, hunting and fishing. Yes. I'm a big
Hunting's
fan of fishing in games.
and now you can fish. Whoa!
I love fishing in games. I don't know why.
Oh, melee weapons are back.
Oh, sick.
Oh shit, dude.
You know, the weapons in Far Cry Primal were really good too.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. You can hire dogs to steal guns. It's not clear to what degree you'll be teaming up with animals this time around, but we do know that you can hire dogs to work for you, and that those dogs are capable of stealing guns.
Yeah, let a motherfucker hurt my dog. I swear.
I'll burn you all twice.
There's a thing here, like another fact about the game, and it just says there's a bar called Spread Eagle in it. And then the information for the fact is there's a bar called Spread Eagle in it.
Oh yeah, the PC gamer.
The PC gamer,
thing, yeah. It's a good name for a bar in Montana. That, to be fair.
Oh, for sure. It's like perfect. Do you want to put this in the chat, this link, or for anybody interested? This is the PC Gamer article giving some detail about the game.
Same time. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, but now they have choices.
Well,
they can either
technically-
choose your link or ours.
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing,
both.
but it's the principle. Okay, which one do they click on?
I get the Amazon affiliate group link.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I liked Far Cry 3 a lot, and I liked Far Cry Primal. I didn't play too much of Far Cry 4.
You could ride elephants in that game, but then Far Cry Primal, you could ride elephants in that game too. You could ride
And a
almost everything,
saber-tooth.
and a saber-tooth, and a bear. You can ride all sorts of stuff in Far Cry Primal.
That's pretty.
And
fancy.
the ones that you can ride, besides the elephants, or I'm sorry, mammoths, they're also your pet that runs around with you and fights things.
I don't think you could have a mammoth pet.
No, that's what I said. Besides the mammoth, you could ride the mammoth, but you can't have it as a pet.
I mean, that's
just
that's
too big.
fair. If you had,
Really-
I was gonna say if you had a mammoth for a pet, you wouldn't have to do anything for the rest of the game. You just like mammoth, go. Mammoth.
When you're on the mammoth, that's
Mammoth,
what it
I
feels like.
choose you. I am now a Pokemon trainer in the year 1 BC.
I don't remember what year it was. Yeah,
Right before Christ.
right before Christ.
Just like right on the tip of Christ. Wait, nope, don't. Nope.
Okay, we're not playing Outlast 2 here. Okay, dude, keep the godlike sexual stuff out of this.
Sorry, I gotta save that for Tuesday nights. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that seems, it seems interesting. It seems like it's different. It's a different approach this time around because you're not in an isolated location. In all the other games, you're like on an island or you're in the mountains somewhere in some other civilization. But here you're in like America in like a town. So I wonder how that's going to change.
I also wonder how big it's going to be. How much can they do with Hope County?
Yeah, like
counties aren't very big.
Some counties.
I mean,
I guess Montana.
It depends on the state.
Yeah.
Like counties or whatever that state like kind of makes them be.
Also, is it a real?
I imagine they can make it pretty big. I don't think it'll be any bigger than like Far Cry 3 or 4 or Primal.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being any bigger than Far Cry 3.
What's gonna be interesting too is instead of just running around and finding a bunch of camps, there will be like legit like places.
Mm-hmm.
Like towns.
I'm going to 7-Eleven. I heard there's some cultists there.
I think that'd be pretty cool to have
myself
like
a
an
Slurpee.
American setting. That's gonna be the coolest thing about it, I think, so far.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I know like there's some people like uprising like you can't have it in America. That's too close to home. Well, we've been killing people in islands and in Tibet and all those places. Why can't we kill people in America?
Are you hearing the Tibetan people bitching about it?
They don't even have games. Who knows?
They don't have internet. I think. I don't know. I don't know that much
They're in
about Tibet.
And they're
I'm American. I don't have to.
But this game, that's
Namaste
too far.
or something.
Namaste. Oh God! Did you get the Polygon article about it? It's just saying that you can play the entire campaign in co-op.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Why is all the information split up between articles? We're running 2 articles right now, and like it's split up even with that.
Consolidate their shit.
Yeah, one person needs to like compile it all together and put it in one big.
So you want to have one giant news source for video games?
No, I want each one of these news sources to fully get their information straight and then like put it all in one article, assholes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, this is from Polygon from like 2 days ago. It just says you can play co-op online.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's a lot of like follow-up articles with more information from. I think Polygon has like 2 articles or so where they're like, oh, here's more information. So I'm assuming that they're just finding things out as they go. So I guess it's forgiven.
That's game journalism. Who knows about that shit?
Alrighty, well, I think that wraps up about Far Cry 5. I'm excited for it.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see it.
Sophisticate, what's our next topic here?
Is it the Mario and Rabbids?
Yeah. Start us off.
I have my Chrome up. I forgot to get the docket out. But, yeah, so, the coolest thing that come from Rayman, which if you even are still into Rayman, is, the Rabbids.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
I guess, yeah. Let's see.
I've never played a Rayman.
I never played one of these.
I never played a Rayman.
Yeah.
You never played a Rayman?
Yeah.
You both have never played Rayman. Oh, well, okay,
yeah.
Well,
so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to reset the entire podcast, go back a half hour, reset everything.
Mm-hmm. Go play some Rayman.
Sorry. Rayman. No, I played Rayman when I was a kid when it came out for the PlayStation, but...
Was it just the original Rayman?
The first Rayman, yeah. Rabbids didn't come until, like, after there was, like, Rayman 3D for the Dreamcast or something. I think it was, like, the next game after that. I had to look into it. But anyways, the obscure title and the obscure characters from the obscure title has a game with Mario and all your favorite Nintendo characters. But from this article from Digital Trends, let's see, it's going to be called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I believe it says it's an RPG. Let me double check.
That's
that was
interesting.
Really cool.
That's the confusing thing. Yeah, Kotaku originally reported there'd be 8 playable characters. One of the E3 presentation slides published by Nintendo World Report shows exactly that number. You have Mario, the leader, Luigi, the eagle eye, Yoshi, the explosive head, Princess Peach, the badass princess.
The badass princess. That's what's shocking. That Nintendo called her the badass princess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly what they're saying. I think that's just what the article is saying about what Nintendo said.
Well, it has a little picture. Like, it has, like, a leaked...
is that it?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I'm trying to get this shit up on stream, but it's hard.
Also, the text is a little weird on it, though.
Yeah, because it's like...
Oh, it's like
it's
leaked.
It's leaked.
Got you.
Yeah.
Leaked images, of course. Yeah. What was I thinking?
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, it's going to have Mario and Rabbids, and they're all fighting with each other, I guess, or despite it seems like you don't actually play as any of them. Instead, another image shown at the top of the next section details a mysterious character called Tutorio. Essentially, the slides are accurate. The 8 characters were used in battles, while Tutorio somehow controls the game exploration facets. So I guess you control these guys in the strategy RPG kind of game, which it's still kind of like a really weird game to have ever been concepted, let alone exist.
Honestly, I kind of like it because what it does, and Nintendo's really, really good at this, especially with their Super Smash Bros. Games. They bring in these lesser-known characters and bring them back into the limelight, and kind of like make a new mishmash of their existing IP. And I think the Rabbids offer this type of thing, kind of like Pikmin, where they're not like, you know, a well-defined single character. It's like kind of a group of malleable characters that can be used.
Yeah, I kind of view the Rabbids more like minions. Like they're not like really that cool as. I don't think they're as cool as Pikmin, because Pikmin, like, there's like certain groups of Pikmin that have certain abilities. Rabbids and minions, if you're into that shit, is kind of all the same. Like they're all the same thing. It's just they have different voices and stuff, I guess. But it is kind of cool that they're making a RPG game, a turn-based RPG game for Mario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think like the last good one was
Thousand Year Door.
Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's pretty good too. Yeah.
What you just saw on the podcast was Matt testing out a new idea for showing the article as we go through it. So hope you enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. No, that's it. That's pretty much all I had to say about the Rabbids thing. I think we talked too much about it to begin with, actually.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah,
anything
stay
longer
tuned for
than a
that.
second about it.
Is there like any type of indication of when that's supposed to come out? Because it's kind of leaked.
It's like a leak. I think they're going to announce it at E3.
Ah, see, they're supposed to announce it in June. Okay. All right. So on to the next topic here. We have Vanquish, which is a game that was previously, had come out on other platforms, but is now being released on PC. And the interesting thing about it is it actually has a weird thing going on with its higher frame rates being on the PC.
So usually games played on console, not all, but a lot of them are 30 frames a second. And then on PC, usually people try to shoot for 60. And that basically what that means is that it makes it look smooth.
It makes it look smooth, and also
30 frames
your
is
actions.
fine.
Your actions are a bit more reactive because for each frame you have an action. So the more frames you have, the more possibilities for actions.
Yeah. Some things like in Smash, they're like frame 1 moves, which come out like immediately. And you have to do stuff like literally within seconds of each other. So
and the problem with coding that happens with games is that you can design a game that is designed not to depend on the frames. But with a fighting game like Smash, it kind of needs to depend on the frames to do some of its stuff. But then there are some games where they code them or design them where they didn't ever think that they were going to have
thought they were going to
raise the frame rate.
60.
And so you'll have funny things like, I don't remember which game it was, but there was
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed, if you raise the frame cap, your car would drive faster and the whole game would run faster.
The whole game would run like it was on
because
like
the frames would
Adderall.
literally be just doubled.
Yeah.
So with this, they're running it at 144 is what it's capable of going at. And what it's doing is it's actually changing the way you take damage in the game. So it's actually like way more punishing.
Yeah, you get...
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult because, it pretty much like doubles the speed of the game, essentially.
Yeah, well, it's weird because it only doubles like...
the damage you take.
The damage you take. So the speed's the same, but the damage...
Oh, the damage. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Like when you get shot, it's like... I don't even know how it works necessarily. It's like changing the rate at which you take damage or something like that.
It probably just changes the damage modifier, I assume. Anyways, Vanquish, made by Platinum.
Yeah.
They made Bayonetta. They make really good spectacle fighters.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this.
They're like the gold standard of action fighters, basically.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good. So I hope this gets patched out. Maybe I can try it out because I didn't play it or imagine. I don't know anybody actually who played the game, but yeah. So
I mean, you just have to play on a easier difficulty. That's pretty much what people do. I think is what they're fixed around. It's like you can't play it. There's like 5 difficulties, and like the hardest one's called God Hard, and I don't think anybody's played that yet. But
God Hard,
God Hard.
Yeah, but the next topic we have going on here for the day, we're going through a list of smaller topics to kind of fill in the middle part of the podcast. And this one is Monster Hunter XX for the Switch. So it's being released for the Switch and will support 3DS crossplay. So Monster Hunter, for people who don't know, is a game where you literally hunt monsters. Like, that's the entire thing.
You make weapons out of their arm or bones and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool concept, and they've been making this series for a while now, and they had just come out with this most recent one. And I don't remember, did it just come out initially on 3DS?
No, it's been out.
Well, no, I'm talking about like on anything else but 3DS is what I'm saying. Like,
no, they had one on the Wii U. Monster Hunter 3 or 4 was on the Wii U.
Yeah. So, but this one was just on the 3DS, and then they came out with it. They're coming out with it for the Switch, and it supports crossplay between the 3DS and the Switch. Pretty interesting way of going about that. Nintendo always does stuff like that. It seems.
It seems like they're trying to move away from
the 3DS to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is fine, because if I can get a fucking Pokemon game on a home console that's good, then that's an automatic buy for the Switch.
And what's crazy is the 3DS versions of the most newest Pokemon games are already moving towards a more 3D like movement system and camera system and the way that it works. And in fact, the most recent ones that just came out were the first Pokemon games ever to not put you on a grid when you walk.
Yeah,
you're free roaming throughout the game, which is a pretty big development for that game series. So it's only natural that they would come out with a Switch game. So that's what I'm hoping. But yeah, so Monster Hunter XX being released for the Switch.
Stay tuned for it. Ah!
Yeah, and then something else exciting that happened this week. In fact, I think according to this article, it is already it is live. It is the beta for Gwent. Now, Gwent was a card game that was included in the game The Witcher 3, and it was just kind of a side attraction. You play through the game and collect cards and play and kind of challenge random NPCs across the world and fight them. And I don't even think you could because it's just a single player game. I don't even think you could play Gwent against other players. Mm-mm. It was just within the game. So the players loved the game so much, and they like the card system, that they're making it its own standalone game. So the open beta for that is currently live. They did a closed beta for quite a while to show it off.
I actually got into the closed beta. I played a little bit of it. It was okay. I wasn't good at Gwent in the game.
Yeah, me neither. And for the little bit I played, it was just like, I found it hilarious at the fact that like you can like interrogate people for information or whatever. Like you basically just like shit talk them for the entire conversation. It's just like, you want to play some Gwent or do you want to?
You're like,
I just called your mother a whore, but do you want to?
Yeah, you want to throw down some Gwent?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that's fine, dude. Let's do it.
Water under the bridge. Let's just play a game, and if you win, then maybe I'll hate you.
I agree with you. My mother is a whore, but let's just play this Gwent game. We gotta go. No.
Yeah, let's do this.
But yeah, no. You said that was just okay.
Well, for people who are like into Hearthstone and stuff like that, or like online CCGs, collectible card games, I think they like it. Like I know Nordline likes it, and he played a lot of Hearthstone. For me, they don't translate good. Like digital card games and stuff like that. I can't play them as well as I can like physical card games.
Well, I think there's like a lot more senses involved in the physical card game because like when you buy a new pack, you got the new card smell, then like the whole opening shit.
Well, you also get to hold the cards, and like I think for Matt, it's like a player interface with the game scenario where holding the cards and making decisions and being able to just look at them. Because one of the major pitfalls with digital games is you can't always see what your card does at all times. You have to like pull it up to the screen and then look at it and then put it back, and so it's this weird thing where all these extra steps to get it to work within this space on the computer.
I end up missing a lot of stuff. So I mean, like I might play it once it releases, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It's very hard for me to get into games like that.
I mean, we're both into collectible card games, and we actually joined and helped fund the Kickstarter for a game called Hex, which is a pretty intense collectible card game. It's like almost at the level of like Magic the Gathering when it comes to just like in-depth playing.
Geez.
Like the level of strategy needed and knowledge for how to play it is pretty intense. And it's being done as like an MMO / card game. So it's I mean, if you're interested in that type of stuff, that game's still going. But yeah.
Now, Littlefinger brought up that we just need some VR card games, which if you have Tabletop Simulator, I think that's VR capable.
It is VR capable, yes.
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator lets you play pretty much any tabletop game ever.
Yeah, they have a group of released games that you can get into, and I think there's also mods of existing games, or there's even developers of games who are coming out with card games and board games that are making versions of their games for Tabletop Simulator. So you can, if you don't have VR, it just plays on your screen, and then you see everyone else around the table. But if you do have VR, you can like look around and stuff.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
don't have the
cool.
VR, but I do have the thing. I just saw they had Magic on it one time. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That is really
Never
cool.
played it, but...
yeah. I didn't know that they had Magic on there. That's awesome.
Somebody made Magic for it, I guess. I'm not for sure, but yeah. You just have to download
but
the
from
mod
what I've seen from Gwent, it's high quality. It seems to run really well, at least in the closed beta. And a lot of people are saying it's a lot of fun, and it's very representative of the amount of fun that they had while playing the single player game. So, if you're into that,
they had to make some changes to the core mechanics because of the
to
make it competitive.
Yeah,
but
yeah, and so on to our last topic of the day. This is a big one, guys.
No, it's not last topic. It's second to last topic.
Second last topic, not as quite as big, but still, worth mentioning.
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty World War II. There's some news coming out about it in regards to the multiplayer and the campaign. And one of the interesting things...
not the multiplayer campaign.
Well, just information has come out about the game in general. I just hit my mic. And one of the main things is that during the single-player mode, you only play as a single American squad.
Yeah. So no Axis.
Yeah.
No Russians.
You only play as allies, basically. So there's no other side of the fence perspective. And I think they're trying to tell a more personal story. Although you don't stick to the same characters throughout the whole game from what they're saying. You can kind of, every once in a while, you'll switch perspectives. But for the most part, the game's primary story is through the eyes of one particular American squad. And this is somewhat big news because a lot of World War II and World War I, I guess now, based games, they have moments where you play from different perspectives on both sides. But this is a much more focused experience. And
they should make a game where you play as a German, right, under the Nazi regime, and then, but you're like, I don't really want to be a Nazi. So then you have your own little like German resistance inside of Germany to fight against Nazis. Look, Ubisoft, I just wrote Far Cry 6 for you. Okay,
you're welcome.
Yeah, isn't the movie Valkyrie a little bit about that type of scenario?
Yeah.
Like there were actual German, internal German resistance groups that could potentially have games made about them. Maybe they won't be war games like Call of Duty, but you can make, some kind of spy, kind of more stealth, an intrigue-based game out of it, and I feel like that would be a lot of fun.
Fun fist cake fact of the day. I had a high school teacher who's one of his ancestors, well, not ancestors, but older people, blocked a bomb for Hitler. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm 3 steps away from Hitler. That game from 2 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
I'm 5 degrees of Adolf Hitler. The new hit game of 2017.
And there's so many good jokes that I could pluck from your great. Was it great? Not your great, but your teacher's grandfather or great grandfather.
Further down the line, I can't remember what I think he's I think he was a great uncle or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was he was related to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first thing he would mention to new students we all have some embarrassing facts, so it's okay. You're in high school, you're learning new stuff. I'm actually related to the guy who blocked a bomb for Hitler, so that's pretty cool. I'm oh.
I bet that guy's family, they felt so silly after the war.
I imagine. I mean, I'm sure he feels guilt every night, every time he goes to bed. He's my great uncle could have killed Hitler.
I've never known someone so close to Hitler before. So I'm glad that we met Fizcake.
You're welcome, I guess.
Alrighty.
All right. So now on to our last topic of the day. We have Hitman. Now, Hitman's a franchise. It's been around for a long time. And we mentioned previously that Hitman, Square Enix was... well, actually, no, we didn't mention this previously. We were talking about this before. We talked about this so much in the past couple of days. Okay, so what's going on is for the Hitman franchise, this company, IO Interactive, has been developing their games. And Square Enix, I guess, bought IO Interactive.
No, they partnered with them.
They partnered with them to continue to make games. And they came out with the most recent installation of the series, just called Hitman 2016. And it was designed to be a season-based experience.
Episodic game, yeah.
Yeah, an episodic game. And it went back kind of to its previous roots because a lot of fans felt like the versions that had been coming out were kind of went away from the stealth assassin type scenario and went more towards
the action.
Yeah, more towards just straight action, and it wasn't what people liked about the game. They liked infiltrating buildings and finding new ways inside. So that's what this most recent iteration of the game was. They got through season 1, and Square Enix has just recently announced that they are pulling the plug, or not really pulling the plug on the game, but
they're parting ways with the people who
IO Interactive.
Made Hitman.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff is up in the air about what's going to happen with the game, and a lot of stuff's up in the air about what's going to happen to IO Interactive. There's some reports about how IO Interactive has laid people off, but there's still a company that wants to be sticking around. But what's really interesting is that Square Enix is keeping the rights to the game and possibly looking for a different developer for it.
Which is crazy because it seems like Hitman, it's so weird that they would be like, yeah, we'll forfeit the rights to Hitman, our best franchise. I mean, do you know any other games that IO has made? I don't.
IO. I feel like they're like a knockoff, not a knockoff, but I thought they were like the kind of like broken off from the Eidos.
Yeah.
People that made Tomb Raider and stuff back in the day, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to double check it, but
they've literally.
Yeah, I thought IO owned the series.
Yeah,
which makes this more confusing for me. But yeah. I'm not in the know about like how video game business itself works.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what happened with that necessarily, but yeah, I mean, IO Interactive, they developed Hitman, codename 47. Silent Assassin.
They did all of
them.
All of the Hitmans.
And the Kane and Lynch series as well, which is another game series that has a following. So there's no information as to whether or not Kane and Lynch is going to be continued, and it looks like somehow Square Enix has the rights to specifically Hitman and I guess do season 2 through another company possibly.
Maybe they'll probably just do a whole new game, I would imagine. If they didn't think the season thing worked out, they'd probably just scrap it and like, all right.
Yeah, because I think Hitman a lot of people are saying that's what really killed the game. The game is good. It's that season thing that they did killed any hype for it. Everybody was just going to wait until the whole season was done.
Yeah, exactly. And then get into the game.
Yeah, it just didn't make enough money for Square Enix, I think. It's just what happened. Like, oh, you did good, but not good enough.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of failed to mention that in the beginning. Which is the reason why that they're parting ways is because of a major loss of, what was it, 500 million?
It was
something like that. We said on the last podcast.
Was it 47 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure everyone was in the know in case they didn't watch anything else, and we weren't assuming information. But yeah, so that's kind of the current news with that. Possibly looking for a second developer. Or another developer for, I guess, continuing Hitman games. So
I mean, I guess for Hitman fans, I guess that's like
it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
For the most recent game, it's
for me, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not like a diehard Hitman fan. I got all the games through like a bundle or something. I enjoy the games. I have yet to play the new one, which I might pick up sometime soon just to see what it's like, but. the way they were saying it was actually pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
closer to like the older series. It's just for some reason it was the whole episodic thing. I guess it didn't really work out. It wasn't a good idea.
There's a whole like speedrunning community around it.
No, yeah, I believe that 100%. There's a speed run about everything.
Yeah, and
speed run life.
And what's great is the way it's designed by having the game be split up with the missions like the old games were. It really lends to that type of speedrun aesthetic where you can start a mission and then go through it the fastest way possible and see if you can beat other people's times. And one of the major good things about the most recent Hitman was the fact that they went back to the scenario where you can play through and find multiple ways of finishing a particular level and taking out your target, which is something that I think was lost a bit in Absolution, which came out in 2012.
Yeah, it had like a whole like underlying story.
Yeah, they tried really story driven, less from the assassination kind of.
Yeah, because honestly, I didn't really care about the underlying story of the series. I just liked being like a no-name badass assassin, dressing up in other people's clothes.
I'm gonna dress up like a cook and infiltrate and poison their food.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And then walk out.
and then hide a shotgun inside of a flower box, and then just fucking pull that shit out like a badass.
Like Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Terminator.
Probably like literally that's probably where they got that from, and I think it was Hitman contracts. But yeah, so it's interesting. Like again, I think I played a little bit of Absolution. I played a lot of Contracts, and that's really the game that I played the most. And so I'm not really in with like the whole series of the games, but it's an interesting conversation when it comes to who owns rights to what and whether or not
it's just weird to me that they would be like, yeah, we're partnered, and then we'll. I guess if they're like, we're going to give you money to develop Hitman, that means that we give you the money, we get the Hitman IP if anything goes down. And they're like, well, we need money.
I wonder if it's a bit more complicated than that. What if it's, instead of the entire IP, I wonder if maybe they Square Enix owns the rights to this most recent version of it. Because there's no mention about like...
They kind of rebooted it with this anyways.
Yeah. There's no real mention of specifically
we'll never know
what they mean by possibly looking for a different developer for continuing the Hitman franchise.
Why, if you lost so much money on the Hitman franchise, why would you make another one and hire a different developer? Why wouldn't you just keep IO because they seem to know what the fuck they're doing?
That's a very good question.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's video game business politics. They're probably like, hey, you didn't do good enough. We'll get Platinum Games to make a Hitman game where you have to do QTEs to kill your targets and make sure you're like avoiding rockets and dodging motorcycles and shit.
Absolution 2.
Absolution 2.
Absolution 2. Absolute 0.
Make sure to pick up your copy of the Absolute Edition.
Comes with the season pass. Only the first season pass.
Not the second.
Only one pass.
But I mean, wow, I think it's the first time that we've gotten to this point in the podcast, and it's exactly an hour in.
Then it's about time to wrap the shit up.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the follow us splash. And Fizzcake, where can people find you?
You can find me on the old Twitter thing at Super Fizzcake on Twitter. I tweet frequently, sometimes on the Content Complete Twitter account, or sometimes my account, because I have a new iPhone that I don't know how to use, and I feel like an old man, and I don't know how it works.
These kids and their Twitter always twatting.
What's this 3D touch button? I don't understand how it works. I thought every touch was technically a 3D touch.
I'm in 3 dimensions.
But you can catch me on Twitter. I'm on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday with you guys for Into the Veil.
Yeah.
And we're doing Outlast 2. We're nearing in. Probably got 1 or 2 more sessions in before we're done with that, and we'll move on to something else.
Yeah, we'll figure that in post. So I think tomorrow from noon to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be doing a Memorial Day special where I'm going to try to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for 4 hours straight.
Nice.
Hope you get a win.
I hope I get that chicken dinner, man. It's
winner.
Winner chicken dinner, man. But and I'll be on Wednesday. I guess I won't be streaming Friday. I'll be in Indiana. The girlfriend Evie wants to do something in Indiana. She wants to go to some amusement park, and then she wants to pet baby tigers on the weekend or something.
I would like to pet baby tigers as well.
I mean, I don't want to drive 4 hours to pet baby tigers, but it's whatever.
I would drive 4 hours to pet baby tigers.
Would you?
Right. Yeah, probably.
All right, well, you fly down here. I'll switch places with you. Spence, I'm your new roommate. Matt, you need to grow a beard and just assume my position.
Okay, I got it.
Time to go pet some tigers.
And I think that will be... Got to drink a 2L before you start. Make it interested.
A 2-liter.
Oh, okay. I was like, a 2L. What's a 2 loses? 2 losses?
It's the precursor to the 4 Loco. It was the 2 Loco.
Oh, 2 Loco.
Not 2 Loco.
1 Loco, 2 Loco, 3 Loco, 4. But that's I think that's it for me. Yeah, I'm still working on my... I don't know what I want to do with my Let's Play channel, to be honest. Every time I want to do a Let's Play, I'm like, I don't know if I can make it interesting or anything, but that's something for me to figure out. That's nothing for everybody else to worry about. So
yeah, that's the endearing challenge with doing Let's Plays is how do I make myself not like everyone else?
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm still working on that, but I will be streaming still. Everybody streams, and I can do it too.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you can find Neanderthal Gaming TV on youtube.com/Neanderthal Gaming TV, on Twitter @NeanderthalGTV. If you want to follow a secret Twitter, you got mine, NGTV Suspense. I'm just saying. And also here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Neanderthal Gaming TV. You can find the podcast live at 3 p.m. Pacific on Sundays, as well as 5 p.m. Central on the same day, of course, Sunday. That'd be weird if it was a different day. And also, every Wednesday, it will be released on the Neanderthal Gaming TV channel. And Fizzcake's taken the reins on providing us with the audio version of the podcast, which you can find anywhere else you find your podcasts at. It's literally just Content Complete. Is it Content Complete or Content Complete Podcast? It's
just Content Complete, and we are at 115 downloads for the month of May.
That 215 downloads. Come on, guys. We won't release the next episode unless we get to 215 downloads of our current episodes.
I was going to say, so you want 100 downloads by Wednesday.
We're going to be waiting a long time.
That's gonna be at least another month or so. But yeah, we do appreciate you guys listening to it. It's really cool to see that. Like, people do listen. Wow.
Yeah.
And if you download them.
Yeah. If you ever want to talk to us, we have a Twitter at Content Complete. It's called @ConcomCast. We have a Gmail at contentcompletecast@gmail.com. And you can also rate and review us on iTunes.
Join our Discord. That'll be in the link below on our YouTube page for the video.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to get that out there because we haven't really talked about it very much, but we do have a Discord that people can get into and chat and talk about stuff, and we're in there. We're just waiting for other people to get in there too. Right now, it's like an empty bar.
Pretty much, yeah. I keep forgetting to check the Discord. Like I have a hard time of checking my Discord unless people are like, hey, get on Discord. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll get
us
on
too,
there.
man. The only time we ever check it is like, oh, did something get updated for Smash? We need to download it.
Yeah. So give us a reason to go on Discord, guys.
Please let us go on Discord.
All right.
I think that wraps us up.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening.
Peace.
Bye.